much for tuning back into our channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. We embarked on this YouTube journey not too long ago, but we have been experiencing some technical difficulties. So thank you guys so much for your patience, and hopefully we won't have any issues rolling in anytime soon.
Hopefully. Yeah, we've just basically been having issues. We've been recording the video. This is probably like, I don't know how many times.
Take 4.
This
is at least take 4.
Yeah, we've recorded this thing a lot. So whenever we try to upload our video, there's something wrong where the file is corrupt or something.
It's not compatible with our computer.
Which like is weird because the last one we made of this, the second half of the video was, but the first half wasn't.
Which is really weird once again.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have any issues this time. So if you're watching this, just know there was no issues.
Yes. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. So the topic with this video is one of our most popular questions: how we met.
We've gotten this question a lot on Instagram. We've gotten this question a lot just in general, just with friends or whoever. So we did a poll on IG to see if you guys wanted to hear anybody's side first, and you know your girl won. She ended up winning 52 to 48%.
So the story of how we met is pretty interesting, I'd like to say. At the time, okay, I'll give you a little background. Before I met Dawn, I was pretty much focused on school, obviously faith first, school, work, practicum. I was finishing up grad school at the moment. So I honestly thank God that he kept me focused, so that I wouldn't be distracted. So shortly after finishing grad school, I met Dawn a month later. My sister started this new job. She loved it. She's talking about it every day, all day. She states that she knows someone who works there. And I'm like, okay, who do you know? And she's like, Dawn. And I'm like, wait, what? That sounds familiar. And I'm like, okay. She said, Dawn. And I was like, oh, Donovan. Donovan ended up working at the same office my sister works at. So that's one person that she connected with, and they started to get closer. My sister knew of him because he was her husband's friend. They were in the same program together. So they honestly meshed, and over time she was like, I think we all should meet up together. So I was like, yeah, let's all meet up. A group of friends, let's do this.
Were you really talking like that?
No, I wasn't talking like that.
That would be really weird.
But anyway, so we ended up meeting up, catching up, all of us as a group of friends. We went to this really, was it Japanese spot?
Japanese, I think it was Japanese or Chinese. All I know is they had sushi, so I think if it has sushi, it's probably Japanese.
Anyway, I had a volcano roll.
I don't know. Yeah, I had one of those too.
Anyway, so we ended up meeting that day, and it was really good vibes off the start. Like I said, I really wasn't, going into anything when we met. I didn't have any expectations. In essence, that day was filled with conversation. What I did appreciate is that I am really, really shy and reserved.
She is.
Like, it takes me a while to get out of my shell, and so I appreciated the fact, I appreciated the fact that he was just constantly keeping up with conversation, and I guess initiating topics too. And I felt comfortable to the fact that
it was going both ways.
Yeah, I felt comfortable to the fact that I can initiate topics with him too. So I appreciated the fact that he was like, oh, talking about different things. We talked for hours, literally all day, guys, all day. Like, a group of friends, we were all talking, but he was really intentional about, I guess, conversation with me. So I was like, okay,
I mean,
this is nice.
Why wouldn't I?
I didn't know. Like I said, I had no expectations at that time.
And I didn't have any expectations either.
So we reached to the end of the night, and I was like, okay, this was really great. I don't know, maybe we all should, do something again as a group next time. I have no issues in that at all. So the end of the night went really well, and Dawn started to get just a little bit nervous. You got a little bit nervous.
I did get nervous.
So nervous energy from him, and it was like, okay, you were smooth quotations.
I was smooth.
The whole
Anyone
time.
Who knows me knows that I am smooth. I'm
not
a smooth
at all
criminal.
smooth like crunchy peanut butter.
Before you get to the crunch, though.
Ooh, okay.
Before you get to the crunch.
crunchy peanut butter is not smooth.
Not the whole 100% of the peanut butter isn't crunchy.
Listen.
There's some smoothness to it.
Anyway, the way that I saw it is like, I don't have any expectations. This can turn out to be a cool friend, someone that I know. And see, at that time, I was like looking to network. So I was like, you maybe know someone that I could connect with. So you exchange numbers. You never know who that person knows to connect you with that other person. And I think that's how networking works pretty much. So I was like 100% okay with it. I was like, hey, yeah, sure, not a problem. And then after I said yes, he was calm, but instead of me giving him my number, he gave me his phone to put my number in. So he wasn't even, I don't know, you were nervous. I
did. I mean, I just opened it up and
he passed me his phone
and she just put the information in.
So that was interesting. And I was like, okay, we texted that night, even though we were talking all day, which was like, I guess we don't run out of things to talk about, which was pretty dope to me.
I mean, it's still consistent with today. We're always
talking about something. And he's a chatterbox.
Okay.
So even till this day, we talk and I don't feel like I have things to run out. But we're always talking about something.
And I think, we're always just talking about anything. And I think that's one of the beautiful parts of our relationship is how we can literally talk about anything. And everything. I mean, you think of it, we've probably talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's how relationships should be. Like, this should be your best friend. This should be someone that you can talk to about any and everything, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's information about spiritual matters, whether it's, how you feel about a certain topic that's going on, whatever it's the case. Like, I feel 100% comfortable that I can approach him with that, and I think it's vice versa.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, just to elaborate, whatever any problem deal with throughout the day,
work problems, whatever the case,
whatever it is, anything that we're struggling with, that we can talk to one another about it. So we're pretty much open in terms of communication and our thoughts in our relationship, and I'm really thankful for that.
Which is what I appreciated. So that was the first day that we met. Now, the day after, okay, so throughout the day we were talking about church and everything, like, hey, what church do you go to? Oh, I go to this church. Oh, I've been there. So he was like, okay, you should come to church with me.
We end up talking about going to another service because the church that I go to, they have like a 9 a.m. service and they have 11:15 service.
And by the time between the combination of talking and texting, it was well into the early hours of the morning. So we honestly just settled on the later time. And we went to church, and the sermon was about relationships. Good sermon. I don't remember the details, but I know it was about relationships. So that stuck out to me. I was like, this is weird. And we all ended up going to a Thai restaurant after. Now, you know me, you know him. We like to eat different types of foods, just kind of to broaden our palates. Nothing wrong with that. I think
that was the first time I've been to a Thai restaurant.
Guess who put him on? So anyway, went to a Thai restaurant. Bomb food. Amazing curry, guys.
It was really good.
Lord. And they had rice too.
Yeah, the funny thing about that was when they brought out the rice was in the shape of a heart. I was like,
listen,
I was looking at my rice and I was looking at her rice and I was
this is another setup. But I think when we both looked at our plates, we started laughing because it was just one of those things like, all right, this is really weird because there's nothing going on here. Nothing at all. Maybe they knew something that we didn't know at the time. So that was a culmination of the first weekend, my perspective.